In Israel's theology, there were three characteristics that the Messiah needed to have. One is he needed to be the anointed one from the line of David. Secondly, he needed to be a righteous king who establishes peace in the land. And three, that all creation would be restored to that peace found at the Garden of Eden. These three things, anointed one from the line of David, the righteous king who establishes peace in the land, and all creation restored to peace that was found in Eden. And we see all of these three things in our first reading today from the book of Isaiah. Now we're going to actually hear this reading from the prophet Isaiah again this coming Sunday. And in it we hear sort of this crazy image of what this peace of God looks like. And sometimes when we think about the peace of God, we might think of it as sort of just getting along, just keeping the peace at all costs, a peace that's sort of a tolerance, a coexisting. But instead, the peace that Christ offers to us upends our understanding of so many things, of the world around us. It's a peace that disrupts and disturbs. For example, think about this radical peace in sort of modern terms. For example, we hear in our first reading today about cobras and leopards and lions and bears. And in the kingdom to come, there are no predator and prey. There is no predatory nature to humanity at all. So think about what this would look like. This might look like President Zelensky and Putin embracing each other as brothers, and an end to peace and war, or end to war, and a lasting peace. Or it might look like an end to human trafficking or exploiting others, like online. Or it might look like no longer killing the unborn or the vulnerable, and an end to mass shootings and killing of any kind. It might look like treating the elderly as royalty, as gleaning from them all the wisdom that we can. Or it might look like sin being eradicated from church and institutions, not because it's imposed from on high, but because people freely choose to follow virtue, not imposed by somebody else, but freely choosing that no matter how difficult it would be. That's the type of peace that Christ offers us, a radical peace that changes and disrupts the world around us. And Jesus will exactly quote this verse of Isaiah in Luke 4. When he gets up for the first time in the synagogue and unrolls the scroll of Isaiah, and he'll read this reading that we hear today. He'll say, "Today this scripture passage is fulfilled in your hearing." So today, as we prepare during the season of Advent, maybe we can be instruments of that radical peace that prepares the way of the Lord, prepares the way for the coming of the Prince of Peace.